Gonna be diving into a spark plug replacement, just spark plugs, on a 2.3 liter Ford. It's a 2021 Ford Explorer, and right under here are, that one's a little bit harder to get to. Right underneath there's the spark plugs we're getting to. I use some dielectric grease. I already pulled one spark plug and I matched it because if the ones that are in it lasted 60,000 miles, they'll last that long again, I hope. And you're gonna need an 8mm, and I still use the actual sockets with the little garment in there. A 5/8 socket remover, or just a 3/8 socket. That's the body style we're dealing with. Let's dive in. I don't really do editing on my videos, so you guys get to see everything. I like to see, when I watch videos, I actually like to see the struggle instead of them saying, oh, it just popped right off. Starting with that 8mm socket. I'm gonna pull this one because it's the easiest. I'm also using a shallow socket. What is that? Something broke off in there. I don't know what that held. I'm just gonna pull that coil out. You can change the coils if you want. If I see it expanded a little bit, I'm definitely going to, but that one looks alright. And deep down in that hole right there is your spark plug, and hopefully it just comes out nice and easy. That is the second one in. These have just at 60,000 miles on them. And we are looking at heck of a gap. They look pretty good. New one's already pre-gapped, which I'll show you the one that pulled out. Yeah, see, it says Ford on it. And then compare them, and they should be pretty identical. Make sure they're not too much longer. I normally change after every 50,000. Push that into the socket so it holds. When you put it down in there, twist it backwards a little bit before you go forwards, and it'll stop it from having possibly a strip out. Also, if you pull your socket up and it has oil on it, your valve cover could be leaking. And if the oil pours down in the cylinder, it should be alright. Smoke a little bit when you start it. There is torque specs on these, but I'm just gonna snug it a little bit. Don't do it too hard, and then wiggle it out, or it'll keep your socket. We got that one done. I'm gonna put a little bit of dielectric grease on this. I always do, just so they come off easy for the next person. I've never had a problem. A lot of people don't do this, but and then I'm just going to push that back down in there. And if you got it on there right, this will fit flush. It'll go on there. If it's not, then that means it didn't push over the spark plug. Got that goo all over me, man. Where's that? And just because it looked good doesn't mean that spark was still a good spark. That's why you still change them anyways. That one's done. Let's do this front one. And I need a screwdriver to pop that off. Some of you may have a cover on here. I do see that there's a mount for something. Maybe there's a cover on yours. Ours did not have a cover. Push that back to the side a little bit. Eight millimeter. Grass in that one. Okay. It's down in that deep hole. What we got on this one? Good burn. New one. Remember, put it down in there nicely. If you drop it, it could adjust the gap. Pull it backwards a little bit. And then roll it forwards. Yeah, you could get I've seen people just drop them down in there and then screw them in, but if you drop it in there, it could adjust the gap on the end of it, which is not good. So that's another good cylinder, good gasket. That was just almost liquid. Eight millimeter. Push that back on there. Now for the more complicated ones. We got this one and the one back there that this line looks like it's right there. It's great. Great engineering people. You guys get a better view? Yeah, kind of. I don't know if you like that view or not. So that this one right here we're doing now. They make cars so much lighter and everything now. It's hard to put your tools somewhere without them like rolling into the fenders and being lost forever. 8 millimeter. Make sure you don't break the plug pulling it out. Not swelled. Don't think I got the right extension for this. I may. Back to the 5/8 socket. I have to go get me a different extension. I ended up using the extension but putting a swivel on it. If you guys do go that route, make sure you get a good swivel because a lot of them have slack. What? Something easier than yours. Just spark plug. Sorry about that. I had a little conversation with my neighbor. I help him on his cars. And I just did his brakes. They were 15 years old and never had the brakes done. And the caliper had there was no caliper. And the brake pad actually fell out of where the brake pad's supposed to be and was lost. He was using his caliper piston to brake. And he only changed the front brakes. I'm like, I think your rear brakes are probably just as gone. Like there was and he was clear down to the fins on the rotor. It was crazy. Definitely experience. Come on, pull out. There we go. I'm gonna look at that one off camera just because that one has some dust, I think it is. I'll show you guys. Kind of like it looks good still. Really not looking forward to showing you guys the next part. The last one. Okay, we're gonna go with this extension to screw it in at least. If you guys just seen that, because that swivel will not line it up for me. There we go. Just screwing it in. There we go, wiggle it, and I lost the socket. Ugh. Can't wait till I'm in the back. So when you lose the socket, you gotta fish for it. That's why people don't like them little gaskets. I leave them in there because all you gotta do is just work with it and it comes out. There we go. Okay, now for the back one. I think we're going to take this off, be able to pull the lines a little bit forward. But if you see in there, for it to come up, that pipe's in the way. That's a fuel line, or a fuel return line for sure, because that's the high pressure pump. So watch me do it live. Most likely that's going to be a 10. A 10. Oh, I didn't even put the coil back in there. We'll leave that coil on in case I got to turn it this way. Shoot, there's even a side bracket down there. Guess I'll be taking them both off. So I'm taking this top bolt off, and then there's one on the side of the valve cover down there. And I'll need the swivel. Probably use a wrench on this, but that takes more time to go get it. That's actually a lock nut. Lock nut. Yeah, now that moves. We need to move it forward. There, that gives you enough room. Except for the pump, which I think you guys can see right there. The pump line's still in the way. I don't know what they expected there. This is near impossible to show you guys, but it's the same thing, just further back. And not fun. Going with this extension, 8mm. Show you guys in a minute what kind of clearance we're having now. Another one of them. Show you guys so you can know what I'm talking about. You guys don't fall off the tripod. So we move this forward. We're trying to get that box out of there. It looks like it's going to hit that line that's right there. It's plastic, so we got to be careful. And then the clearance down here. Got a little bit of wiggle room. We shall see. I've never done one of these before. Oh, it comes out. Not swelled, that's good. Pushing it to the side. Now to get that plug out of there. Probably gonna need 2 short extensions on this, because that one's a bit long. Hold on, someone's calling. New York. Nah. I don't think I know anybody from California today. Or not California, New York. Right, put that down there in that hoe. Make sure I don't pull out the one I just got. Oh, it just needs to be a little bit longer. Broke loose. Just trying to get it out with my hands. Okay. Final plug on the rear, and it looks like that, which is pretty good. Looks like it was starting to wear a little bit there. The arc was coming off the side, but all good. Got a freshie and a freshie cut. So when I pulled that out back there, the coil, I pulled it this way. It's flexible enough that it let me do that. There we go, going back in. Remember to go left with it. And that time it didn't grab. I didn't go back enough. Whew. It's hard because you gotta lean right over the car for this one. There we go. Okay, snug it up with a wrench, ratchet, whew, it needs to be tighter than that though. It's hard to get a grip on it. It's not hard, it's just inconvenient because of my gut. There we go. And we lost the socket again. We lost the secondary. Oh, this is not cool. I almost feel like getting up on the vehicle. Actually gonna skip this part pulling it out because it's gonna take me a while. Save some back. We got it. It was actually because I had this one on the lower spot and that was too weak. I had a nice craftsman there and this actually locked in there and could pull it better. This one doesn't. It just pulls right out. We're done with that. The spark plug is in there. I'm gonna put some grease on that coil before I put it back in. Hopefully it goes in as easy as it came out. Felt like I broke something, but nothing broke. Must have pulled off a clip somewhere that holds the wiring. Here. 8mm with a solo extension. Put everything back how it was. Now we got this next coil pack, the third bank. Push it right in there. Screw that in a little bit, and then we're going to put the AC lines back. That was the heater core lines, isn't it? AC's over there. Easy to get to for a heater core change. Okay, need that 10mm. I think that made it a little bit easier to do the job by taking them lines free. You guys be the judge. Tell me if you did it without it. Don't over tighten that because it's just a stud. Everything's firm. Tighten down that last. Last 8mm. And they'll be ready to go. And that goes right on top of there. Okay, pick up all your tools before they vibrate into the engine. And let's go start it. I don't even have a key. If I did it right, it starts. If not, you won't be seeing this video. So you guys go falling into the engine. Definitely running on all four. Obviously I'm going to drive it around, make sure they can handle heat. Make sure I didn't get a leak anywhere. It's all good. It's all machine. Well, that is it for now. Thanks for watching me do a spark plug replacement on 2.3 Ford.